is bright. Hi. Let's get this worked out. That is too bright. Ooh, that's a lot of light on that ring light. Is that a little better? Now there's still something really bright. I guess that's my light there. I may have to edit this out. Ugh. Let's get a warmer light on here. That's all right. All right, let's see if I can get back up here. Phone. Ooh, hey everyone, let's get cozy. Okay, let's see here. We gotta put this a lot closer. Well, other than having those ring lights in there, I'll put my glasses down. I got this on my, we're on my, got my cozy shirt here. Oh, there goes my light. Still on. Well, there we go. I wonder if I can have it over here. Oh, jeez. There we go. Let's just try doing it there. Oh my gosh. Just went off the end of the bed. Actually, that's probably better. I put it on the dresser. I hope that's enough light. I don't look quite so fuzzy. I don't know. May have to adjust it one more time. Hang on. Let's turn that up. Okay, and push it down a little. There. My dippy. Oh, well. Okay. Uh-oh, my tray. Okay, let's get this back in. Okay, let's get that a little closer. All right, what we got here? We don't want that on. Yeah, it's too grainy now. Okay, hang on. Well, I thought this was going to work, but I just kicked that light off of there. That's not good. Let's do. All right, let's try that. Okay, that's a little better. I turned the wall light on too. Oh, that's pretty good. That doesn't seem as grainy. All right. You cozy now? Oh, geez. Oh, my phone's. Hold on. Get my phone's wound up there. All right. Well, that gave you time to get something nice to drink, a nice cozy beverage, and I'm kind of miscombobulated now. I was all relaxed. We'll get there again. All right, let's see here. All right, can't knock down anything. And I think that's it for the lighting. As long as you can see me. Oh, I'm looking down here. Look at me. You're up there. Okay, that looks centered pretty good. All right. Okay. Hi. It's Patsy from the crazy lady. Got my cozy jammies on. Just wanted you to see the cozy. Uh, just in case you had a question. I'm Patsy. I'm behind Ma Lizzie, the crazy lady creator. And if you guys catch this on the live, I hope you do. I'd love to chat with you. And if not, there will be a replay. So to all you replay folks, love you too. So, anyways, I think I'm comfy now. um, just thought I'd get on here and do a little different place to hang out. And I was like, I'm getting ready to go to bed, but I can't go to sleep. I don't know about the rest of you, but it takes me a couple hours to go to sleep. I just don't lay my head down and go to sleep. So I thought, well, maybe spend that 2 hours chatting with y'all. So I know we've got 3 hours because we're East Coast here. So that would be 3 hours. So we're what, 7 o'clock ish in California. And then we've got mountain time and central time. Yeah. So hopefully it's evening-ish enough for you to be able to pop on and see this. And let's get started. Let me see. What was I gonna do? I not say no I have brought this is our stash down Saturday. And on Stash Down Saturdays, we try to go through any yarn we've purchased that we purchased it on a whim or, one of those emotional buys, or it was just such a great deal you couldn't pass it up, but you really didn't have a project for it, but you knew you would use it, but just not sure on what. Well, I got this yarn. It's a whole bag of yarn, nice, pretty purples, and it's a cotton yarn and came in this pretty little organza bag. And actually, it's my neighbor next door. I got the best neighbor in the whole world. Sorry, guys, but I get the best one. Him and his wife are just the nicest folks I've ever met. But they gave me, or they had a yard sale. I guess it was last summer sometime, and she had this bag. They had this bag of yarn there, and I'm like, ooh. And sure, I can find something for that. And I do a crochet with cotton yarn. This is a little, I think it's more of a DK or 3 weight, which is fine. This is, I don't know if you guys know much about if you crochet with cotton, but this is a great, these are little paint box, so I guess it's who does the paint box? That Lion brand? Love Crafts. Hmm. Um, but anyways, it's just not really showing the really, oh, it's hard to get by this one. Yeah, this is a much darker, more of a grape color than it's showing on the camera. But, boy, that is really bright there. Let me see if I need this light since I have the other one on. So that's really bright. Yeah, I don't think it's too grainy. Hopefully not. Um, but this one is, say it's a DK, probably like a DK weight, um, a little thinner than your regular cottons, but it's really nice. And oh, it says right here, cotton DK. There you go. And I've got a whole bag, as I said, of this and several different colors. And I was just thinking, well, of course, summer's coming. So this is the time to pull out the cotton yarn because it is so well breathes and all that in the summer. You don't really want to wear acrylic. It's too hot and sticky for that. But I was thinking maybe I've got a shirt started or a little top started in in a different cotton yarn, but I thought I'd pull this out while I'm sitting here for an hour or 2 and see if what I could come up with. So I hopefully you guys bring your when you see this video, either on the live or the replay, you can sit back and go through your stash and see what you have that you bought, but you're not sure what you're gonna do with it. I would love to know what you came up with, what you have, and what you're, using it for, going to do with it. So anyways, and we can meet on Saturdays, we bring it back and we see how far we've gotten and work through it. But what I thought I was going what I'm going to do with this cotton yarn is a shawl. I really don't have any cotton shawls. I have nicer warm ones. I live in Ohio, so those come in great. But in the summer, it is muggy hot. And if I just need a little shawl on my shoulders or something in the evening, or when maybe sitting in the house, we have air conditioning and you're sweaty, it could get cool. So, you want to coming in from the outside. But anyways, I thought this would be perfect. I can make a shawl out of this instead of another top or something. I really think this would be fun. So I'm going to make a rectangular shawl and it's going to have holes in it intentionally. Now I'm thinking about using a granny stitch, either that, a V stitch, or the window, but I think I'm going to start with the granny. I don't know. Maybe I'll do the have you heard of twins in a stitch? Twins in a stitch is just two double crochets in a stitch, and then you skip a stitch, and then two double crochets in the same stitch, skip a stitch. That's what it is. Now, a V stitch is the two doubles, but you have a chain in between the doubles. So it'd be a chain, a double, a chain, a double, and you skip two stitches so that you don't want it getting too big on you. So if you have any questions about that or how to do those stitches or whatever, just yeah, ask me about it. Put it in the comments on the replay, or if you pop on here, you can do that now. But anyways, I'm excited to try this. So I brought in, yeah, where is it? My beverage. Um, Here we go. I have a 4, I believe it is, yes, of 4, crochet hook. This is the Clover 4 crochet hook, which this one recommends I might need a bigger one to keep it loose, but I don't want it to get up. Oh, it recommends a 4 millimeter up to a 6. I guess that's what they're saying. It's kinda weird the way they wrote it, but I'm gonna start with the 4, and we're gonna go ahead and chain. I looked at a pattern just so I knew how many chains to make, and it said 266. So I'm gonna try and count. I cannot count and talk at the same time, so it may get quiet for a little bit here. And I don't know if you guys, when you're watching videos and somebody starts counting in the video, and it's a crochet video, whatever, they start counting and you're counting and you're like, wait, I have to mute them or stop the video so I can finish counting because it gets me all messed up. So I thought about that and I like, when I do my videos, I'm not going to count out loud just so I don't screw up your counting. So we'll just count in my head. So we're just going to, I'll put this down a little further here if I can. We're just on my Chromebook here. So um, hopefully I got a good signal back here in my bedroom. Seems to be, but you never know. Internet, Wi-Fi, you know. So, here we go. What did I say, 266? So it's and I guess I'll do 100 and, oh, I'll do 60. 12. I don't, do one thing I've learned, especially making wearables or anything, is not to crochet, not to do the chains real tight. If you when you're starting that first row of chains, or if you wanna do a single crochet, chainless start, I don't know what they call those. Um, I don't do those. But when you start, if you kind of make it either go up a hook size or just kind of pull them a little loose, it makes it a little stretch a little bit better. You won't have that tight edge on it, on your garment or whatever you're making. I always make that a looser chain. Okay, there's our 66. And then we're gonna do 200. I'm making, um, this one pattern that I looked at quickly. It's doing in rows, obviously, at 266. So we're doing the long way, rows instead of back and forth, rows. Since what I'm probably just gonna do, this is how many yards here? We've got how many yards do I have? We have, let's see, it's 50 grams, 137 yards. So I did not look to see how many yards. I think I kind of glanced at it. It's a pattern off of Ravelry, but I think it was like 800 yards. So 8 or 900. So I would need about eight of these. 8 to 9. So what I'll probably do is just go as far as I can with each one and then end it on the end of the row. Even if I have some left, I'll end it and tie in a new color so it'll have different because they're about I think there's 3 different colorways here. We've got these 2 and I never even counted. I have no idea how many are in here. But it's definitely 9, so we'll be right. And I think that's a little lighter. So these oops, it's hard to okay, there we go. These are the 3 colorways, um, in there. It's not coming out quite as good as I like for, um, you know, the colors aren't coming through here as true as these are. They're more of a grape and lilac type color, but we're gonna start with the darkest one and then maybe just go the next lightest and then the lightest and then repeat those 3 maybe. That sounds like a plan. But yeah, so I'm gonna get 100 more chains here. Okay, there's 50. Do another 50. We'll have our first 100. Ah. Okay, there's 100. So we've got 166 so far. So 100 more, and then we'll be able to start our pattern. So, what do you guys have on your hooks? Did you bring something to crochet, or did you just want to watch this little video, or what? I hope you've got something and tell me all about it. Okay, there's 50, so we got 50 more. And then I can start yakking again. All right, there we go. That's going to be a nice length, I think. It's about my wingspan, so and I have long arms. So that being said, it should wrap around nicely. I'm almost thinking going to 300 so it's extra long, but since it's a summer scarf, I think that'll be enough. If it's out that far, it'll definitely wrap around at least once or so. Just something to put on the shoulders. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to skip 6 stitches. So we're going to go down 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 to the 6th chain. And that'll give us a double crochet with the chain 2. I think that's what they were doing on the end. We'll see how it looks. I don't know about you, but when I do my ends, I usually do a shorter chain. So say I'm doing a double crochet, instead of chaining 3, I chain 2, and then I put my next stitch into the first place so that the chain 2 is not counted as a double crochet. Some people do it, count it as a double crochet. It's one doesn't or the other. I just like it only doing it that way. It just makes the ends a little tighter and you don't have gaps as much if you don't want to have gaps. But that's just kind of how I do it. So I'm going to do 3 double crochets in the first set. So we've got 3. And then put this down just a little more so you can see what I'm doing if you want. And then I'm going to skip 1, so actually skip 2 because we did 3 double crochets. So we're going to skip 2 and then in the third. And this is going to be a granny stitch. When we're done. So hopefully this will probably take a while. This is not a finish it tonight thing. It'll be done hopefully by May when it starts getting warm enough that, I mean, there'll be some cool nights that I can wear it. But yeah, I'm probably not going to be wearing this for a little while. So it's going to take a little while to do. Wearables are not. I almost need my glasses off here. Now it's kind of dark with that light out. I hope it's not too grainy. I don't know. I don't know how to, unless I can turn this light on and move it down. Let's try that because I'm afraid it's going to get too grainy here. Let's move my Kleenex box, not try to knock off anything. There, I almost knocked off my water. See? Oh, Betsy. You ever feel like you're an accident waiting to happen? Okay. Oh, goodness. Put that there. But I did catch it. I just splashed a little. Okay, I was trying to get my diffuser here. Need to start running that. Probably I forget to fill it up. It's nice in the summer or the winter. Let's see, does that help? It's still got that brightness. The light is just, it faces up the thing. It faces it's got an open lamp shade at the top. So it's open, so it's just like really bright. But I'm afraid I'm not going to see what I'm doing. So maybe I can adjust this color. I may have to edit this one and try to fix it. If I turn this, let me try that. Ooh, that's a little better. So it's facing, I can move it so the light's not really in the picture that way. Ah, Patsy, you're learning this stuff. Okay. So hope you guys are having a good evening. I'm figuring on a Saturday night, some of us are retired. So we're not doing a whole lot on Saturday nights these days. It's just another night. I don't work for the weekends anymore, so it's just really nice. But I understand people do work still. You still have to work, and I was hoping maybe you'd be able to get on a live at a different time if you work during the day and you're going to be home on a Saturday night, and just instead of maybe reading, just get on and do a little crocheting and chatting. So we'll see how this time works. I can't tell if I'm skipping 2 or 3 here. Should start with the lighter color. Oh well, see what happens. Okay, so far we're doing 3 in a row. So yeah, I think I'm not skipping 2. So I got to make sure I'm skipping enough. One thing about something like this, you don't have to worry too much about how perfect it is in the count and stuff because it's a shawl. It's for me. So I'm not that picky, but I think I'm pulling this one stitch tight, so I'm actually not going over 2. I'm counting it wrong. So we want to make sure we go over far enough. So we'll see. That looks a little better. And we don't want to twist it. You don't want to twist your chain. That's better. I think I wasn't going 2 over or skipping 2 originally. I may have to move this. There we go. Yeah. I don't know if you have to put your ball of yarn a certain side or not. I'm kind of particular. I'm right-handed crocheter, so my ball has to be in my left because otherwise it's coming the yarn's coming across my body and it gets tangled up, especially when you have a long chain you're working from. So, to make those, adjustments. So that's what I'm doing over here. I don't normally crochet in bed, I at night, but I do lay plates, so I'm either on my phone doom scrolling or, reading, and but I do my husband signed up for Netflix, and I didn't realize he had, so I wanna watch the new Bridgerton season, the new season for Bridgerton, which it's already started, and I think they're doing it in 2 parts, my understanding. So the second part is coming out now or soon or something, so by the time I get through the first ones, hopefully the second will be out and I can watch them all. But I love Bridgerton, just love. Does anybody here like the Bridgerton series? Just such a fun time in history, and they're made so well. They did so well, such fun characters, and I haven't read the books. Um, a lot of times, I'll read the books and then, watch the movies, but I find if I do that, I'm usually disappointed in the movies because or I'm glad I read the book because the books always go into more detail. Obviously, because the movies only have so much time and, they can do, so they're not gonna go word for word that's what's in a book, obviously, so it's, um, it's kinda nice to, uh, have that little background, but then again, they can change things and you're like, "Wait a second, you left that whole thing out, that was so important," or. So sometimes if I'm watching things, I don't read the book. It's like just kinda gets confusing, sometimes, so but I've heard the Bridgerton books are good. I don't know if anybody's ever seen Poldark, um, same time kind of as Bridgerton, but it's in Cornwall, England, and, based there, and it's, Ross Poldark is the main character. This is in the end of the 1700s going into the 1800s, and, it's, based in Britain or, Cornwall, and it is such a good series. I think it's on PBS. I just watched it again not too long ago, and, that I started I thought, well, there's a long series of books that go with this um, with the Poldark has more books, and then they stopped at a certain point with the filming in a certain period, but there are more books that they didn't do movies on. And so I thought, "Ah, I'm going to read the rest of the books because it continues with the family and what happens with the characters in the book. And it was the hardest thing to read. I don't know if anybody else, but it was so dry, boring, and just it was, like, too much details, like, you kinda wanna, like, "Okay, let's get on with the story," After seeing the series, I love the series, but I cannot recommend reading the books. It just was they were okay. I mean, but oh my gosh, the series just made it the way they did it on film and having the characters and everything was just so much better. They much more developed and stuff than in the books. So I decided, I'm not going to read the books or the rest of the series. And they're thick books. They're big, thick books too. So I was like, I just don't know if I can get into this. I wish they would do the rest of the books, continue the series doing the rest of the books, but I guess they're not going to because I'm not sure when the last one was. It's been probably close to 10 years ago, maybe. I don't know. But it's called Poldark. So check it out if you get a chance. It's um, really a neat series. But yep, that's what I'm gonna do. We're coming along. Yeah, it looked a little wonky at first. It's evening out now. This last part is getting better. So we'll we'll make it. Let's see. Yeah, I'm thinking about on these lives. Hopefully, if you see the replays, that you'll share, like and share with anyone you think that would like to see these. If you enjoy them and they're crocheters too, I'd love to get us a little community of folks hanging out and chatting, spilling the tea. There's something I just saw on there about Pokemon. I don't know how many of you make plushies or not, but the plushies, Pokemon is going after people on Instagram, I guess, that they say are stealing the pattern and or the copyrights to the character, making patterns and selling them. And they closed down some sites, and it was crazy. So I was like, "Oh, um, it just seems, come on, we're making a small change here. It's not like they're being produced in a factory or something, you know? We're just little crocheters making them one at a time." I mean, I do markets and things, but I never really I started to make a few of those, but they weren't interesting to me. I like making plushies, but I like doing my own thing with them. I'll take a pattern and then, change things about it and stuff. And if you're trying to, if it's got to look a certain way, otherwise it won't be the character or whatever. It wasn't for me. So I'm kind of glad I never got into that. I don't make any of the Disney, the Winnie the Poohs or, any of that. I try to come up with just regular old toys and things that aren't um, really a trademarked character or anything. Everybody can make elephants and monkeys and giraffes, so you don't have to worry about that. Um, but I love making snugglers. So I've got plants are on my Etsy site. Just a little plug if you want to check out my Etsy. I have some plants on there. If you don't make plants and you want one, I love crocheting plants. That's probably one of my favorite things to do. I'm not sure why, but I just love doing them. They're a little harder on my hands. They take a little longer, but just something about they're more satisfying, I think, to me. But I do love making the plushies too, because I love selling things and seeing the little, the kids and the parents just, loving on them and stuff. So it's fun. Um, I have one coming up. I'd mentioned before. I have a market in our mall, our local mall, indoor mall, coming up in middle of March. I think it's the 14th. So I'm looking to see what's in my inventory now. I use Square for my inventory and my POS system, for taking credit cards and things at the markets or the craft fairs. So this is a spring one, so I'm trying to make sure I have plenty of spring things and Easter's, coming. So I always make sure I have bunnies and things, but I try to make different things than other crocheters will be making because there are probably at this when I first started doing these at this mall, this show, there were probably it was only a couple of years ago because I only moved to this area a couple of years ago from Colorado, and, there were maybe 2 other crocheters, but they were making more of the wearables and things like that. I think there may have been someone else making plushies, but not really, and I did really well. Well, this last one we did there, um, at Christmas time was the last one, the weekend before Christmas, they had one at the mall, and there I think I'd mentioned this before, there was, like, 8 people there. They're selling plushies, and my sales were definitely down. So, I figure if I'm gonna make them, though, I try to make things that, aren't the normal, everyday things. So, that's always fun to come up with different ideas and things that are marketable, though, that aren't don't take too long to make, and so that you can make a decent amount of money, and get it enough do of them done. But I love doing the shows, but, so I need to make sure I've got enough inventory. You never know how it's gonna go, if it's gonna be busy or not, or people are just looking and not buying or but usually I make a decent amount, probably a few $100s, so if I can make that, I'm super happy. Someone had asked me one time, "How do you decide, how much inventory to take?" And I had heard years ago the best way to figure that out is to take your booth fee, like this one's only $25, or no, I think we're getting 2, so it's $50. My sister and I, well, 25 each. My sister has a booth too. We get them next to each other. But we what was I saying there? Oh, we're going to when you wanna figure out how much, inventory to bring. Is that Molly? My little puppy's outside the door. Let's see, she'll come in. You can see Molly. She the if I've said this or not, but, before, but Lizzie is the name of my little company here, my little shop. "Hey, pups, come here. Well, come here." Um they're, that's how I got the name Molly Lizzie, so because 'cause I'm always saying, Molly, Lizzie." So we got Lizzie to shorten it, but I thought she was gonna come in. "Maui, hey, Ma." Maybe not. She's like, "Who are you talking to?" "Talking to myself right now." But I love it. Love it, love it. It's really okay, just doing stuff here, just having a good old time. Um Here we go. I gotta not say that. How do you not say it when you didn't realize you say it? So anyhow, but let's get back to my formula. Got distracted by my puppy. So let's say it's $25. Your booth fee is $25 when you whatever it is, and you take it times 10. So take 10 times your booth fee. So in this case, 10 times 25 would be 250. So 250 is the amount of money, $250 that you would like want to make at that show. That would be kind of the minimum or the it was a decent show. You definitely want to make more if you can, but if you make 10 times your booth fee, you've had a good show. So that's kind of the formula for that. So then you take that formula and you figure, well, how much inventory do I need to bring now to make the $250? And my best over the years of doing the shows has been to double the amount of money I wanna make. So say my formula says 10 times your booth fee of $225 would be 250, so double that would be 500. So that's what you'd wanna bring is $500 in inventory. Um, and that's the best rule of thumb that it's worked really good for me because it does you don't seem to run out that way. There's nothing I mean, it's not a bad thing to sell out. I'm not gonna complain about selling out, but then you're thinking, "Oh, if I had had more, I could have probably I would have sold more." So, I found that if I have at least double what I think I'm going to make based on 10 times the booth fee, then I usually come out okay. Now, there have been times when I was kinda caught off guard, and, I actually have sold out. I mean, I had, like, 2 items left. So, you may have one of those days in markets and, craft shows, wherever that, awesome, um but normally, that's kinda how to do it. Now if you're not sure, I would say have more than having not enough. So, I at least double what you think you'll make and bring that for your inventory. It's hard to say though, like, how many of these should I make and how many of those should I make and things. That's just kinda knowing your market, doing them and what's trending and what's in and what's out, and it just depends on what you're making. If you're making plushies, what's popular now, what's not, that's something, just doing a little research on those. But, if you're doing wearables and things like that, it's just depends on who's there and who's buying what, or if they're spending it all. You just don't know. But, we have a fun day. I love doing the markets. It's a little stressful, a little bit of work. It's hard on my back. I have back issues, so my back doesn't enjoy it, but, it's just one day. Then the next day, I just sit for the whole day and recover. Um, but they're fun. I love meeting people. Not that I'm a people person or anything, but I do love meeting people, and you get a good idea too, a feel for what, people are looking for, and, just interacting with them, and just you learn a lot. It's kinda like doing a little market research too while you're out there. It really is helpful, and, you get to know your customers and things, and I get custom orders usually every time at my shows. I at least get 1 or 2 custom orders, and on custom orders, I don't always take custom orders. It depends on what they want, because I kinda said, "Oh, yeah, I can make that," even though I'd never made that, and I knew I'd need a pattern, and then trying to find a pattern, thinking, "Oh, yeah, there'll be a pattern out there," and, it was bad, and then I ended up having to get a video for it, and it was a nightmare, and I was so stressed out about it. So, now I only say, "Yes, I'll make something," if they just want something I already have, and make already, but they want a different color or a larger or smaller one or something like that. But I've pretty much, um, I just don't make anything just saying, "Yeah, I can make that." I don't do that. It's just you just never make enough money, and it's not worth the stress. I mean, I made a pair of fingerless gloves for this gal, but she wanted they they were not really fingerless. They had the fingers came they had the full thumb on the glove, but this was open, so they came to, like, right here, the each on each hand, that came to up to, like, the first knuckle, and so they were open, but they had a little bit of, the finger on there done, and she wanted out of velvet, and because I had these velvet hats I'd made, pom-pom hats for little kids, and she wanted a pair of fingerless gloves made out of the velvet, and I'm like, "Oh, sure." I've made fingerless gloves before, and, you know, didn't seem like a big deal. And my goodness, I must working with velvet and making those fingers and stuff was not easy at all. I must have made 4 pairs or 4 before I got it right, and they were decent enough, and they were made well and everything, but I probably spent 2 days working on these gloves to get and I made 25 bucks on. It was like, never again. So, just be careful what you say you do as a custom order. They're just, and always get your money up front. I have one right now where she was such a sweet lady and everything, but we have been playing phone tag all winter. She wanted something made, and I made them for her, and this was in end of October, and she still has not picked them up or gotten back to me or to where to deliver. Our last contact was, I think, in January. I don't know. It's like, so if I don't get in touch with her or hear from her, I'll just sell them at my market coming up. But it's kinda like, I always get paid first, tell me if they gotta pay up front or at least a deposit or something, so you're not just stuck with it. But, yeah, I'm thinking about doing that on my Etsy site, but just, like, I have just plants on there in my shop, and I'm thinking about putting some different colors that they can pick maybe for some of the plants. Um, because I do have that one does looks wrong. Because I do have, other colors, but I don't wanna make all these plants and all these different colors, and they don't really take me that long to make. So I'm thinking of, doing them as custom, and then I can just make the different colors as people ask for a different color and just put up the color swatches on there. I think there's a way to do it. I'll just have to figure that out, but I think I'm gonna do that because some people want, like, a different color pot, the plant's in, or they want darker leaves or lighter leaves, or if it has flowers, they want pink ones instead of purple or something like that, which is fine, and I wanna be able to accommodate that because if they will buy it because of that, then I'm happy to make them. So I think that's one thing I'm gonna add to my shop. Are any of you guys on Etsy? Let me know if you are and, give me your shop name and, I'd love to look at your shop. Well, I've been chatting for a little while. Did finally got this thing working. Um, I haven't yeah, it's just been a quiet night. So I think I'm going to end it here. And here, let me show you guys. We've got a little bit going. See, we're starting to get our granny look in there. And I've got just this much to go here. So yeah, I think it's going to be really pretty. It's going to be a pretty shawl. All right. Well, you guys have a great night, rest of the night, and or when you're seeing this, I hope you're having a great day. And I will see you on the next one. And next Thursday, we'll have our tea time. And love you guys. Take care. Bye. Well, how do I turn this off? Ah, you can share the screen.